Hello and welcome to this special episode. We're here at Alresford on the 4th of November to ride behind the 7F for one last time. It's doing the Alresford service and then going out to do the Rail L train. So to find out a little bit more about what's going to happen with the engine, we chatted with Roger and Matt, two of the members of the Somerset and Dorset Railway Trust.
Well, the 7Fs, of course, were very much the Somerset and Dorset. That's what they were built for. The second batch, which is what 53808 came out of, was built at Darlington by the Robert Stevenson and Hawthorns. So that was the second batch of locomotives. And it immediately came down to Bath Green Park, and it was there all its working life, basically. Working over the Mendips, very tough route to operate. So, of course, they needed an engine like a 280 to do that. All of the engines, apart from two, were scrapped. Luckily, 53808 and 809 were preserved out of Barry Scrapyard. Luckily, they were saved, purchased, and now we have them today. They were that close to being completely eliminated. But 88 remained at the West Somerset. It was one of their prime engines for carrying heavy loads of 12 carriages it would take over the West Somerset Railway. So they particularly wanted it for special trains coming in. It could haul it on its own, no problem at all. So, well, obviously over the last few weeks particularly, we've had a lot of questions about what are we going to do with the engine, because it's coming close to the end of its ticket. And that's a question I can answer to some extent, in that we're definitely going to overhaul it. That is the key to it. Our members, we've got about 750 members, quite a large group, and they all want us to overhaul it. All being well, a lot of it will be done in Hampshire. We've got to yet do an agreement with the Watercress line. We're waiting to deal with that, and we will get on with the job. And as soon as possible we will get the wheels out and they will go off to be retired. The boiler will come off and that will be dealt with somewhere, and we will then work out a plan as to get the overhaul done in 2 or 3 years, all being well. Yeah, the last boiler overhaul, in fact, was in 2015 when the boiler was out at Minehead, and I went to look at it then. They just did some work, it wasn't retubed, but this time round it's going to have to be completely retubed. The boiler is actually generally in very good condition. It was actually had new plates put in the firebox, both inside and out, in 2005. It was down in Cornwall. And so it's had a reasonably good major overhaul in that period. So this time round we're hoping it's not going to need anything really major. But the chassis is the main emphasis, and the tender, because it's going to need a new tender tank. The wheels have got to go away and be retired because they're very thin now. Same wheels that they were when they was used in BR in 1964. So it's got to that point where it's got to have a really good chassis overhaul. So that's the intention in the next couple of years.
So I'm Robert Bentley. I am the Heritage Director for the Somerset and Dorset Railway Trust. So the 7F has been running for the last 10 years. It's about to come to the end of its 10-yearly ticket and ready for overhaul. It spent most of its life in Somerset, but for the last 3 years it's been enjoying life over the Hampshire Alps. There's no intentions of keeping this loco in the siding. The plan's to get it in and overhauled and back out straight away. It's great to see everyone out here today enjoying the last chance to ride behind the 7F, and thank you everyone for your support and your ongoing support while we overhaul the engine to get it back.
It's going to happen. We've got a lot of the money together. We might need to top up from everybody, and I would appeal for people to join us now, please. It seems to be very well received in Hampshire. A lot of the crews love it, the people like it as well. It looks the part here really, so all being well, fingers crossed.